remarkable, incredible, unbelievable.
Save and spark our champions.
It doesn't get any better than that.
También queremos darle la bienvenida en esta noche y las gracias por acompañarnos al Consulado de Guatemala.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Game and Frame broadcast, coming to you live from the Sousa Sports Complex in Central Iceland. My name is Branson Argueta, and it is my pleasure to bring you UPSL Northeast American North action. New York Empire hosts East Coast FC after a hard-fought and well-earned point versus New York Renegades last week. Empire sits in 6th place through 5 games and have outscored their last 3 opponents 12-4, excuse me. Mason Chetty has scored 4 of those 12 goals and rescued the draw last week. East Coast enters today after their first win of the season versus Barcelona SC. They've scored in every match since their 0-2 defeat versus Renegades game week 1. They'll need to outscore Red Hot Empire if they want a chance of making it 2 wins in a row. If there's one thing to expect today, it's goals, and we'll find out who comes out on top next on Game and Frame. And there's the whistle we were waiting for to get things rolling here from Central Iceland, New York. It is the New York Empire versus East Coast FC, and it's on its way to you right now on Game and Frame. Coming to you live from Long Island. We apologize for any audio issues that may occur during the broadcast due to the music playing in the background, but without further ado, we have the Empire facing East Coast FC. Empire in all black with yellow numbers, and East Coast in red and white. Whenever we have a break in action, we'll be able to give you the lineups, but East Coast is up and rolling now. Starting some early offense here if they can connect, and Eddie Speed intercepts that ball to get things going for Empire. Black and yellow is looking to open up the scoring here with Mason Chetty, who has 4 goals in his last 2 games. Chetty can take a shot here if he has it, and it is blocked by the sliding challenge from the defender. But Empire is starting to cook things up early on in the first half. There is a no call there by the referee. It will be a throw-in by way of Empire. And in comes the ball for Nico Reynoso, sporting the number 14. And that connection wasn't found there. We'll give you the starting lineups. In net for Empire's Kenny Cordoba, and they have a back four today of Vaclav Borovica, Justin Pierre, Malcolm Sweat, and Eddie Speed. The midfield consists of Sebastian Monroy, Steven Rojas, and Nico Reynoso. And top three of Tim DeMay, Mason Chetty, and Zane Brown. Pretty consistent lineup from their draw at Renegades last week here on this very field. They get the ball back with Mason Chetty, and now it's Reynoso. Over to Brown, looking for the pass to Speed, but that gets intercepted by East Coast, and now they look to get some offense of their own. This is Joan Velez with the number 23. Jory Garcia is the captain for the match for East Coast. Their main man up top, and prioritize goal scoring when you see him on the pitch. This is Olvin Yanis playing the left back position, but elevated at this moment. It goes back to Altuve, who goes all the way back to his goalkeeper, Luis Hurtado. Jonathan Torres looking for Jory Garcia. The offside flag is raised, but Kenny Cordoba's there anyway, so we'll play on. Kenny goes over to Malcolm Sweat. And this is JP, Justin Pierre. Now the long ball is looking for Zane Brown, who's making the run. It could land for him. If he has a good touch here, he's inside the box now, outside. He goes over to Reynoso. Edge of the box, he takes a shot, and it is off target. But Empire is trying to get some rhythm going early on in the first 4 minutes of this match. For East Coast, their lineup is Luis Hurtado in net with the back four of Olvin Yanes, Jonathan Torres, Luis Altuve, and Jose Silva. Midfield of Stalin Acosta, Jose Gil Mejia, and Adrian Palomares. Their front three will be Joan Velez, Jory Garcia, and Gabriel Bustamante. East Coast enters today's match in 9th place. Disappointing bit of football for them, but they're coming off their latest victory last week versus Barcelona. And Zane Brown puts the ball into the box. Nobody's there to put it into the net. It'll go out of bounds for a goal kick for Luis Hurtado. This East Coast squad, despite their position, has had great footballers, a lot of talent on their pitch. So much so, Empire has been scouting some of that talent, and they've gotten some from that team, and Reynoso is on the offense here, edge of the box. Intercepted once again, but here he is trying to win it back for Empire, and he does. It'll be a throw-in for the black and yellow. East Coast gets a foul in favor. Mejia goes down. To finish my point, Ariel Barrera and JP Saraguro, former East Coast players, are now on the Empire bench facing their former club. Empire had a very impressive 1-1 draw here last week against the giants of the division, Renegades, who is still not back into the top three. They're slowly but surely climbing. They've had a couple of games suspended, so they have some games to make up here. And Reynoso goes down, but no foul is called. Referee looks like he was thinking that Reynoso was making the most out of that challenge, and it looked like he gave him a warning about diving and getting a potential booking. We play on here. It is Tim DeMay, and intercepted once again by East Coast. There's still a man on the pitch, but they play on with Silva looking to put the ball into the box for Velez. It'll be a throw-in. The player that is down is Jory Garcia, and he's still down. Probably wondering why no foul was called, and we'll get instead some attention. Looks like he's wiping his mouth. Not sure if he has a bloody face, an inadvertent elbow or something like that, but he is wiping something, which will force him off the pitch. East Coast continues to attack. There's a deflected shot there. Sweat trying to get rid of the danger. Here's DeMay now. And East Coast still in possession. And now there will be a throw-in for Empire. Before that 1-1 draw, Empire's latest victory was an 8-1 victory versus Kelmendi FC about 2 weeks ago on this very pitch. Chetty scored a hat trick that day. He'll look for more. And there's a ball that's going to be put into the box. Hurtado's to it first. And we'll get a second time around. Goalkeeper in pink for East Coast FC, trying to start things quickly. Monroy read that well. And we'll keep the possession for Empire. Reynoso thought about that slide, but thought better of it. They get the ball back anyway with Malcolm Sweat. And here's Rojas. Not able to connect that time, but Speed gets the rebound. Now it is over to DeMay, who can shoot it, and he does, but off target once again. Another goal kick heading for Luis Hurtado. Today's Game and Frame broadcast is sponsored to you by Petrobax, your gateway to Spain and Portugal. From unforgettable vacations to exclusive soccer group trips, Petrobax gets you closer to the action, the culture, and the biggest teams on the Iberian Peninsula. Visit Petrobax.com and start planning your dream trip today. Slide tackle does not connect there as East Coast is still getting numbers up the pitch. Looking to develop their offense. Instead, they go back to Palomares. Takes a challenge from the May. No foul called by the referee once again. And that was almost intercepted by Chetty. They go all the way to the other end with Olven Llanes. And now further back to Jonathan Torres. We are now 10 minutes into this first half, still 0-0. Empire's getting the best shot so far, but now Garcia is almost in the clear here, but it's called offside. That is the danger man up top for this East Coast squad, who sit in ninth place but can always be a threat when their captain is in form. The forward opposing him, Mason Chetty, as mentioned earlier, 4 goals in the last 2 games following that hat trick versus Kelmendi, and the goal that tied the game for Empire versus Renegades last week. Pierre over to Brown and back to Pierre. Now over to Reynoso, who has some room in the middle of the field to work with. He gets taken down. A foul is called here, which Empire will take near the middle of the field. East Coast has some climbing to do from 9th place. But their victory last week can potentially give them momentum to get things turning in the right direction. Still no foul. Now there's a foul called against Empire. It will go for East Coast. Here comes Olben Yanez down the left side, being defended by Brown. He goes over to Mejia, who goes down from a challenge there. A little too aggressive there, but the right idea for Empire to press on top. Here's Giannis once again. And now Rojas. Rojas lifting the ball up for Speed, who's able to drop it down neatly with his feet, looking to put across. Guess pass Olben Yanez. Now is Zane Brown, who's not able to get the best touch on that one. And now East Coast will look to get a counter of their own going with Velez. And Sweat was right where he needed to be to get to that ball first for Empire. Cordoba has a clearance to work with here, does calmly over to Monroy. Here's Acosta. Over to number 15. Acosta gets the ball back, except Jory gets to it first. And that is an upset player. Acosta was trying to get to that ball first because he knew Jory was coming from an offside position. Said Jory gets the third offside for East Coast. And Brown slips there as he's trying to make a run for that ball. It'll go back to East Coast possession. Both teams are still trying to get a rhythm of things going in the early stages of this match. We're 15 minutes in, no goals scored, no shots on target quite yet. But both of these teams have impressive goal scoring streaks going in the last couple of games. Giannis is by himself with plenty of room on the left flank, puts a cross into the box, 3 toes. No one there to put it into the net though. And DeMay instead playing from the back now, gets the ball intercepted right away. Rojas is there to recover. Still anybody's possession. East Coast comes out on top. Here's Giannis once again. All the way back to Hurtado. Plays on Torres. Torres looking for Jory Garcia, and just a bit too hard for him. Vacla will try to get that out of harm's way. That takes a deflection, will be a throw-in for Empire. They conceded pretty early against Renegades, but recovered well enough to rescue a point. Monroy intercepts well. Goes over to Zane Brown. JP over here to Speed. Good juice to the body there by the defender. Now Sweat over to Rojas. So far, both teams are looking to capitalize off the first mistake with a high press by both. Foundational teams in the division, in the conference, Premier, and the Northeast American North, they know each other very well. It's always a battle. And there, number 15, Gabriel Bustamante intercepts to get the ball back for the team in red. And that was done well to avoid the challenge. Torres. Mejia could be on here. He could put a ball into a dangerous area. Goes over to Bustamante, takes a shot. And it's not the finish he was looking for. It was skyrocketed over for a goal kick, but the intentions are getting clearer and clearer for East Coast. That was a well done play there by Mejia to set up Bustamante. All that was needed was the execution. JP back to Kenny Cordova in purple in net for Empire. Rojas sees the run by Speed but doesn't see the run by Giannis, who gets in the way of that ball. Now puts the ball into the box. Monroy is to it first to force the first corner of the match. It'll be East Coast to take. Bit of frustration in the back line for Empire. Mejia will be the one to take this corner into the box. Height is pretty even here for both teams. We'll see what they can come up with here. It goes past almost everybody. DeMay is there to it first, as he routinely is on these set pieces. He'll look to play on Chetty. And it'll be from the throw in possession over to Sweat now. Rojas slows things down, trying to get some possession going for the home team. Rojas back to Sweat. JP over to Monroy. The spaces aren't coming easily for Empire. And there's a run being made by Chetty, but not able to connect. It'll go over to East Coast once again. Remind you to tune into some games going on tomorrow on Game and Frame. New York Athletic Club faces Hoboken FC at 1912 at 12:15 in the Metropolitan Conference of the UPSL. Westchester United faces Colonial SC in the USL PA Men's Major at 2:30. And Leros faces New York International on this pitch tomorrow, 7 p.m., APSL Metropolitan Conference. All of which you can find on Game and Frame, now on YouTube. There's a poor clearance there. Brown gets on the other end of it, takes a shot. And again, not able to put the finish to get a lead going in this match. 20 minutes in, still a score of 0-0. It is a nice evening here on Long Island. 70-degree day. Little to no breeze here. That would be a long run to get a throw in over for East Coast. Whistle blown there by the referee, asking for a retake for Giannis to back up just a little bit. Not the best throw in as it gets taken by Empire, but it is given right back. Neither team able to contain possession for much to this point. And Garcia almost plays on his player for a shot that was missed anyway, but it's another offside flag by the linesman. Following today, Empire will face 7th place Brooklyn FC. That'll be this upcoming Wednesday. After that, it'll be 2nd place AFC Academy, who was in first for a few weeks there. Both got dethroned by Braveheart. And that'll be followed by 10th place Barcelona. As we get prepared for more fall soccer headed your way. For East Coast, next up on their schedule will be Red Hook FC, currently in 5th place. And a run is being made here by Velez, but too strong of a touch there. Gets read well by the defense. And now Chetty's looking to play on his players here, but gets taken down. Play on, says the referee. This is DeMay running down the left flank, looking for a runner inside the box, puts it across to Edward Speed, who has the space, drops it down. And now it's outside the box for Monroy, who does not hit it well. It'll be another shot that goes off target. Both teams getting in good positions to score early on in the match, but neither able to capitalize on those opportunities. Torres. Read well by JP to come out on top, and now he's in an advanced position up the pitch. Now Rojas looking for Brown. Not the pass that was required there. Now they have numbers here. Garcia can get on the other end of this. Garcia, Cordoba comes out just in the nick of time to get there first. But this is still East Coast ball, and a dangerous tackle by DeMay will likely get the first booking of the match. And that is on Acosta. DeMay gets the first yellow on that sliding challenge. And now East Coast has a free kick to work with. Place they can put in a good ball into the box. In the box it goes, and Torres got on the other end of that, but it'll be no more than a goal kick for Kenny Cordoba. Goes quickly over to Pierre. Rojas plays it onto Vaclav, who goes back to Sweat as he makes his way up. Looking for a ball over to Zane Brown. He could get here. It was a beautiful ball. Brown one-on-one with the keeper. Looks to chip him, and Hurtado gets a hand on it. But it is still Empire ball here. Chetty's on the ball now over to DeMay. DeMay avoids a challenge now on the edge of the box. Takes a shot, and it is off target once again. But there is a real first chance of the match. It is by way of Zane Brown, where Thala was able to do just enough to prevent the first goal of the match. That was a pitch-perfect ball by Malcolm Sweat from the back, and a great run by Brown. Where Thala did what he had to keep this a scoreless draw Here's Torres now trying to find some offense of their own. Well, Yanez comes out on top. And he plays a pass over to Bustamante. It'll go out of bounds for a goal kick. Both teams starting to pick it up just a bit here. Cordoba to take the goal kick. Chetty is who he was looking for. East Coast comes to that ball first. It lands for DeMay, looking to chip it over to Rojas. Altuve is to it first. And now it lands for DeMay. And there's a challenge that the rest thinks not much of. He tells the player to get up, and East Coast has numbers here. Looks like a 3-on-3 going on, and now Speed uses that speed to get back, but still a ball for East Coast. Velez takes a shot, and well saved by Kenny for the first shot on target for East Coast. Reynoso now. Brown is open on the right wing, but Yanez recovers. Over to Speed it goes. And Brown is tempting that run once again, and once again they find him edge of the box, trying to do a miracle act there to get past two defenders. And now Mejia. There's Johan Velez. And is looking for Garcia. One-on-one with his defenders, just Justin Pierre. Does just enough to force him back out and give the ball back to Empire. Now on the same page that time as they give it right back for a throw-in coming to East Coast way. We are now nearing the half-hour mark, still 0-0. A bit of a sloppy start for both teams, but they have started to pick it up as the game progresses. They both have a shot now on target, forcing two saves by keepers that they do comfortably. Yanez weighing his options, chooses to go back to Torres. Here's Garcia playing on Velez and not able to put a strong enough pass to find Bustamante. This is Rojas looking for speed. Bit of frustration once again as Empire gets it back to East Coast. Bustamante weighing his options, goes over to Garcia, gets the ball back, but that is Empire's ball. And Brown now looking to get in the clear for Chetty. And a sliding challenge there by Altuve, not timed well enough. It'll be a play on, says the referee. And Chetty is there, drops it down for Rojas. There's another dangerous position on the field, and Rojas is just a fraction off. And once again, they get close, but aren't able to find the back of the net. It looked like the ref was about to pull out a card, but he decided to play on instead. No yellow shown for that challenge. And we're gonna need a ball. As we have 13 minutes left of regular time in this first half between Empire and East Coast FC. 6th and 9th place respectively. As we are now past the midway point of the regular season, it's time to make some moves up the table to get in tournament position. There is a wide open player in the middle of the field. That is Silva, who now plays on Garcia. And now Joan Velez teasing a shot, takes it now. Is another comfortable save for Kenny Cordova. DeMay looking for Chetty. Chetty backs all the way back into his own half. Slowly makes his way back to where he needs to be, which is up top, scoring goals, like he has done for the past 2 weeks. DeMay poorly given away there, and a perfectly slide tackle there by Steven Rojas. Wins it back, and now Brown is offside. Almost timed it well, but Hurtado was there nonetheless. And now he plays a wide open Oven Yanez, who makes his way up the pitch, crosses the halfway line, goes over to Bustamante, and no call by the referee. Reynoso on the ball for Empire now, finds Rojas. Rojas looking for DeMay, intercepted there by Silva. And DeMay reads that well to intercept for Empire. He goes down, and no foul once again. You're gonna at least respect the consistency of the whistle. Referee is allowing the players to play physical in this match. And this is Gabriel Bustamante. Bustamante again, looking for someone in the box. That was Velez, but it's intercepted by Eddie Speed. And once again, back to East Coast. Acosta puts in a ball to the wide open Yanez. And Torres can give this away, but Yanez is there to recover. Silva plays it on to his winger there. And this is Bustamante with the back pass to perfection. And now a ball is put into the box, but JP is the only one there. Now DeMay would like to get out of his own zone, and he does well to find his teammate there. And now the runs are being made. Options are around all the pitch, and now this is Chetty, one-on-one with the keeper, and an offside flag spoils it for Empire, and what would have been the opening goal of the match. And honestly, you would want Empire to do better. They had numbers and space there to work with, but that pass was not timed to the way it needed to be. Otherwise, it would have surely been the first goal of the match. Here is Jonathan Torres looking for options up the pitch. That's given back to Reynoso, trying to find his way through the legs. Instead, Torres reads it well, and now Bustamante looking for his options. Goes wide, over to Velez. DeMay uses that height to get to that ball first. And this is Velez once again One-on-one with DeMay. He gets around DeMay. He takes a shot. And there's a free kick in a very dangerous position of the field coming East Coast way. This could be trouble for Cordova in net. We'll see how he forms his wall to make this as difficult as can be, just on the edge of the 18-yard box. This is a spot where you would go straight to goal, or at the very least form a very dangerous play. The wall is set. And here comes the free kick for East Coast, and that is not what you want from that position. It's not the cleanest it has for either of these teams, which has made it very evenly a 0-0 first half. We have about 7 minutes to go of regular time for things to change here for either squad. Both have had chances, but neither has had a real big opportunity besides that one that Brown had earlier on. That Hurtado put a powerful hand. And this one will get straight into the hands of the keeper, Cordova, who plays on quickly for Eddie Speed, who has tons of space and time to work with. Goes over to Sebas Monroy. Heavy touch there by DeMay, and a bad tackle. It's got to be another yellow card coming Empire's way, and that was Rojas, who wanted to recover the ball for his team, but instead it goes right through the back of Stalin Acosta. Second booking of the match goes to Empire. Both goes to Empire, actually, with DeMay being the first one in the opening minutes of this match. Free kick is taken quickly with Torres. Looking to put a ball down to the wing. Series of headers go back and forth. It lands for Empire. Now Chetty can use that speed that he has behind those feet to put a ball to the box. The rebound goes to Speed. Teases the shot. Instead goes to Rojas. Shouts of a handball were made, but disregarded by the official. As now East Coast looking to form their own offense. As Garcia goes down. No call by the referee. We play on. Velez holds the ball and then finds Bustamante. Mejia goes over to Acosta. Acosta drops it down over to Silva. And Silva gets a back pass. Acosta with the ball into the box. There's Bustamante, and there's the first goal of the match by way of East Coast. Bustamante opens up the scoring 5 minutes into stoppage time. And it is Gabriel Bustamante who opens up the scoring for East Coast before the break. Should say 5 minutes of regular time before we get into stoppage time. Nonetheless, a perfectly placed ball where only Bustamante can get on the other end of it. Puts the visiting team up by a score of 1-0. And now Empire will have to play from a deficit once again. Sweat sends the ball up to pitch for Chetty, and Chetty's able to get to that. Brown asking for the ball. They go to DeMay instead, and DeMay puts the ball into the box. Speed almost puts the header on that ball. Instead, it'll go out of bounds. And East Coast will have some time to milk off the clock now with the lead heading into the break. Empire gets the ball back. This is Reynoso over to Rojas. Back to Reynoso, not able to put that touch for his teammate. Instead, East Coast is on a counter of their own. 2-on-3 offense here. Jory Garcia teasing the run, and it doesn't find him. Cordova calmly plays the ball over to Speed. Acosta avoids the challenge and now goes down and earns his team a free kick. Mejia over to Giannis. If he can get there, and he's not able to do so, it'll go back to Empire. Sweat asking for numbers. Chetty was making the right run, but the pass was too strong to get to him. We now have 1 minute left of regular time. We'll see how much time, if any, is added. Tyler's just tempting, but gets the ball into his gloves, and now will send it down the pitch. Intercepted, not a good kick there. DeMay will take the shot from near midfield. It'll result in a goal kick Hurtado's way. Torres gives it back to DeMay. Sliding challenge there makes it difficult for DeMay, and it'll result in a goal kick. The 45 minutes are down. We are now into stoppage time. Tyler plays it quick to his defender. And here's Torres. Strong back pass by Velez. Makes it difficult for Torres to get to that. And that's well done by Velez to get through two. And kept in bounds by Giannis. And now Giannis goes down, and no foul called once again. And now Rojas goes down. That's definitely a foul. No booking. Rojas is slow to his feet. Strong challenge there from East Coast. They get things going quickly here. Reynoso sees the run by DeMay. He finds DeMay, and now Chetty can get on the other end of this, and he does, to put Empire back into this game and tie it up at one apiece.
You know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah, you know what it is. Everything I do it big. Yeah, I'm screaming last now.
And that is simply a man on fire. 5 goals in his last 3 games. 3 goals in a row for Mason Chetty. Ties things up for Empire right before the break. And there is the whistle to send us into halftime. Empire ties it up. Lovely ball by Reynoso, finds DeMay, who then finds Chetty wide open for the one-on-one to beat Hurtado. And Empire goes to the break leveled with East Coast at 1 apiece. We'll be right back with second half on Game and Frame.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game and Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Remarkable! Incredible! Unbelievable!
And there is the whistle to get things going once again for the second half. Coming to you live from Central Islip, New York, Central Islip Sousa Sports Complex. It is a 1-1 game between New York Empire and East Coast FC. Gabriel Bustamante opened up the scoring about the 40th minute, that is. And then, right before the halftime whistle, it was Mason Chetty netting his 5th goal in the last 3 games to tie things up for Empire. And it is a whole new ball game here. East Coast felt like they were going into the half with the lead, but Empire responded just in time to get things leveled. We had 2 yellow cards, both to Empire, Tindemay and Steven Rojas, in the first half. So 2 things to keep an eye out for the second half. I don't believe there's been any substitutions, so we have the same 22 that ended the first 45. And Jory Garcia, the man on the ball, the man who was relatively quiet in the first half, can't expect that to last for too long. It was 2 beautifully developed goals for both sides. Crosses that ended up in goals, which, as a coach, there's not much more you can ask for. It wasn't the cleanest of games for the first 35 or so minutes, but it certainly picked up near the end of the first half. And East Coast looking to pick up where they left off, intercepted by Empire. And now this is Nico Reynoso who passes it on to Zane Brown. Another run being teased now. This is DeMay, who had the assist in the first half. Can credit Nico with the hockey assist. And Silva not on the same page as his teammate. That gets intercepted easily by Malcolm Sweat. And this is Vaclav Borovica. That's given back. Silva from his knees passes it back to his teammate Stalin Acosta, all the way back to Luis Hurtado, who's in goal. Acosta over to Altuve, looking for Jory. Sweat is there, plays it back to his goalkeeper between the posts, that is Kenny Cordoba. When Joan Velez is taken down and no whistle by the referee. Pretty physical first half, but the ref has stayed consistent for both sides. He's letting them play through. Rojas is now pushing up the pace now with Tindemay down the left wing, looking to take on his defender. Goes outside to Rojas. Now this is Monroy, forces that shot, felt the pressure coming, and it'll end up in a goal kick for Luis Hurtado. You can now make it 13 goals in the last 4 games for Empire. And for East Coast, they have consistently scored in every game after game week 1 when they lost 2-0 to New York Renegades. Chetty goes down. Referee felt like he was making the most of it. And East Coast gets the ball with Mejia. Mejia to the goal scorer. Bustamante plays on to his left back and gets the ball right back. Gabriel playing in a very backtrack position. This is Silva. Palomares. 15. Over to Jory. And now there's a man open on the left wing. They can put a ball into the box. Here it is. And there's a shot blocked by Kenny Cordova. What a save to keep us leveled. And then they get the foul against Cordoba, with his first real action in the game, prevents the second goal of the match for East Coast. Well done by the goalkeeper by way of Peru, wearing the all purple. Has played professional ball in Peru overseas and now is playing for the black and yellow. DeMay sees a run by Chetty, and it gets to Chetty. Chetty can make it 6 now, and deflection takes it to DeMay, who takes a shot, and Hurtado with powerful hands prevents a goal of his own. Both teams picking it up in the second half. Goalkeepers making themselves heard with 2 important saves. That remains in bounds with Reynoso. Lovely play there by Tim DeMay to find a wide open Vaclav down the left side, puts the ball into the box. It goes past everybody, but Rojas is there to keep it alive. Rojas to DeMay, puts the ball into the box. There's Reynoso. Back to Vaclav it goes. Still Vaclav. Defense to that one first. Speed over to Brown. Now time to reorganize the offense. Monroy with the back pass to Sweat. Not on the same page in that moment. Gives the ball back to East Coast. Acosta. Altuve. Ooh, and that's a bad giveaway. Chetty can make it another goal, and it's off the woodwork. It wasn't to be there. It was a bad giveaway by the defense, but East Coast can breathe a sigh of relief as it'll only amount to a corner. Maybe the first corner of the game for Empire. Chetty, typically clinical. It wasn't to be in that case. Close to making it 6 in the last 4. Here comes the corner kick. There's DeMay to it first, but not hard enough. Hurtado with the save, and he gets things going quickly. There's a 2-on-2 here. Adrian Palomares will take on Monroy 1-on-1. Rojas coming back to support, and he does well to get his body in the way and put an end to that threat. Speed. Brown. Now it is Sweat. Surveying the field. He chooses Vaclav, and Vaclav is not able to get to that one. Substitution is taking place, so we'll redo that throw-in. It is Steven Rojas who is exiting the pitch. If I'm not mistaken, that is Wilbur Gomez. Chiqui entering in his place. That is Chiqui who enters the pitch for Empire, first sub of the match. We have about 10 minutes down in the second half, and it's already proving to be action-packed. Sliding challenge there by Vaclav forces another throw-in coming to East Coast. Palomares. 2 black jerseys on him. Get the ball back in Empire's favor. Velez sliding challenge, gets it right back for East Coast, and there's a run to be made there by Bustamante. If he can keep it in play, he does, but it's a pair of sliding players that gets the ball back for the black and yellow. Zane Brown pushing up the pitch to Monroy, and that was read well by Jonathan Torres to get it right back for East Coast. Possession goes back and forth between both sides. And now DeMay drops it down like a pillow. Over to Brown on the edge of the box. He can take this shot, and he does. And it dribbles off target. You expected a bit more there by the winger. Instead, it'll just be the goal kick for Hurtado. Today's Game and Frame broadcast is brought to you by Petrobras, your gateway to Spain and Portugal. From unforgettable vacations to exclusive soccer group trips, Petrobras gets you closer to the action, the culture, and the biggest teams on the Iberian Peninsula. Visit Petrobras.com and start planning your dream trip today. Black Cloud lifts it up in the air. Adrian Palomares brings it right back down. Here is Luis Mejia. Jose Mejia, I should say. Jose Gil Mejia, number 6. Garcia has been trying his best to get involved in this match, but hasn't been able to do much to this point. DeMay moves inside. Chetty uses that speed to get to that ball, passes defender, now puts the ball into the box, and it rebounds for Empire. There's a shot, and there's a goal! What a finish by Eddie Speed. The number 2 gives Empire a 2-1 lead. From down 1-0 to up 2-1, Eddie Speed has turned it around for the home team, for the black and yellow, and it is now a 2-1 lead. And we now have subs taking place. East Coast turn. I see Olven Yanez coming off the pitch. Try to confirm numbers and moves when we have a chance. We get things rolling once again. It is now Empire with the lead. Sebas Monroy over to Gomez. Monroy sees DeMay down the left side, and now he's looking for Chetty. It rebounds for Reynoso instead, and there's a big challenge there, and still no signal from the referee. He asked the player to get up. Reynoso puts the ball looking for speed once again. That time it was intercepted well by the defense. Gomez not able to come out on top of that challenge. Joan Velez continues to push forward, and Sued will play it back to Cordova. That takes a hit off of Palomares, and it'll remain Empire ball. Players getting attention here as the referee didn't buy that there was any contact made on that challenge. He is still down on the ground. That is Silva. And around him is number 14, Jonathan Lima, who has came in as one of the subs. Fortune Uzo, number 11, is another substitution that comes onto the pitch for East Coast FC. Breaking action will allow us to remind you of the games headed your way tomorrow on Game and Frame, September 28th. New York Athletic Club faces Hoboken FC 1912 in the UPSL Metropolitan Conference at 12:15. Also in that conference, you'll see Leros SC facing New York International FC from the Sousa Sports Complex at 7 p.m. And at 2:30, it is Westchester United versus Colonial SC in the USL PA Men's Major. I'll be here with you tomorrow on Game and Frame for that Leros game. Should be a good one. First place, International FC faces Leros in 5th place. We're slowly starting to reset here and resume play. Jory Garcia seems to be coming off the pitch. The captain wasn't able to really leave his mark in this match, and instead Sebastian Biala comes on with the number 9 in his place. Here is Gomez, back to Reynoso. Reynoso playing it out wide, forcing Speed to backtrack to get to that ball, which he does well, and now it's JP playing over to Malcolm Sweats. McLeod over to Chicky. Nico. Now DeMay. And now he plays on Vaclav. Somehow he's able to keep it in play. And it'll end up in the second corner of the second half for Empire. Reynoso will be the one to take this corner. Tim DeMay is always a target off of these set pieces, using that height to his advantage. So keep your eye on number 10. In comes across. There's a header. Monroy is still bouncing, and it somehow ricochets into the back of the net for the 3rd goal of the game for Empire. Eddie Speed has made his presence felt. That is now 2 goals for Empire on the night for the defender. A bit of luck and fortune goes Empire's way to make it 3 goals to 1, and they have completely turned this over in their favor. You can hear that kick from over here. That'll be a free kick and a yellow card for Vaclav. First, that is now the 3rd yellow card actually for Empire. speed playing in advanced positions has come to help Empire on the night. Number 2 has scored 2 to give Empire a 2-goal advantage. And unfortunately, you are seeing why East Coast is in 9th place, not able to control the goal advantage that they had shortly before the halftime whistle. They scored it about the 40th minute, and just a couple of minutes before the break, Chetty was able to net his 5th goal in the last 3 games to tie it up.
Yo, Dario. Dario.
Empire plays it back. JP, bad giveaway there. Once again, the referee tells the player to get up. And if he continues to believe all these are dives, you would imagine the yellow card will be coming out soon. We play on with the throw-in for East Coast. Mejia sends it over to Silva, who will be able to keep it in play. He looks to take on DeMay, and he puts the ball across the box, and it looks like it went out of bounds, and it will result in a goal kick heading for Kenny Cordova. Empire is getting some rhythm going both on the pitch and for the season. After today, they will be facing Brooklyn FC. And then there's a big clash versus AFC Academy, who has dropped to 2nd place. A big game. They pulled off one of the biggest upsets I've seen on this pitch against Renegades couple weeks back to open up the season. We'll see how they can perform against Empire in just a couple of weeks. As we'll see another sub take place, it'll be the recently booked Vaclav Borovica coming off. And he'll take his time coming off the pitch, as now Empire has a 2-goal lead to defend. That is George Youssef, who enters in place of the defender. Now Silva plays this on to Fortune. It'll remain East Coast ball, as they will try to use the next 21 minutes in this second half to try to tie things up against 6th place Empire. And that was a giveaway, but recovered by Johan Velez. Lima looking for Uzo. Velez takes a contact, goes forward looking for Palomares, who's not able to get to that ball. Throw-in will come back for Empire to regain possession. And it looked like that goal that East Coast scored helped wake up the beasts in the black and yellow. They have scored 3 unanswered since then. Monroy over to Zane Brown. Reynoso over to Brown. And now Brown over to Chetty. Goal scorer of the first goal. Brown. Not able to find his teammate there. Instead, he'll go all the way back to the goalkeeper in net, Kenny Cordoba. Now JP. Reynoso cutting inside. There's a player down for East Coast. And he'll allow play to stop as a sub may need to come on for the injured player for East Coast. That is Joan Velez. Among the better players in today's match for the men in red. And it looks like he'll have to be forced off due to injury. In his place, number 7, Joseph Lopez looks to come on, and we'll have a bit of delay as I think he's looking for shin guards. Played it back over to George Youssef. This is Reynoso. Reynoso sees a run by JP. Fortune will drop back to defend and gets to that one first. Now Hurtado will look to clear it, and a dangerous ball there. But East Coast retained possession. Now looking for Villada up the pitch. Defended well by the Empire defense. Not playing today with their big man on defense, Trevor Henderson, and they've done well in his absence. Uzo gets the ball from JP, and now Villada on the edge of the box, looking to find Lopez. Villada gets a rebound, and the May not able to keep control of that one. It'll be out of bounds, and another substitution will take place. 2 to be coming on for Empire. Looks like Tim DeMay is one of the players to come off, and so is Sebastian Monroy. Subs have taken the field, and we are just about ready to resume play here. That is given away by Silva. Reynoso avoids a challenge but gives the ball back to East Coast. Jesper Mikkelsen is one of the subs that have entered the pitch. And so is John Paul Saraguro, number 20. They call him JP. Former East Coast player, now playing on the other side of the pitch for Empire. And corner has been earned by East Coast. It looked like they were going to take it quickly. Instead, Mejia will take his position. We have 15 minutes of regular time to go. Surely we'll have a couple of minutes added due to injury and some goals scored in the second half. Here comes a cross into the box over everybody, and it go all the way out of bounds on the opposing end for Empire to get the ball right back. Well done by Mikkelsen there to find JP. His first action of the game, sends it over to Brown, but Brown not able to control that ball. And now Lopez trying to get himself involved in this match. East Coast will need to overcome a 2-goal deficit. Mejia is on the ball. Shouts being made by the East Coast bench, but we play on. Altuve will play back to Hurtado. And that is a good ball to find Villada. Villada not able to control the first time around. He does the second time. Takes a contact, looks over to Mejia. Mejia avoids giving the ball away the first time. Brown trying to start some offense. Instead, gives it right back. And now this can drop for Lopez. Lopez still has some space. Takes on the defender. Cuts inside. Takes a shot. And a save by Kenny Cordova. They haven't asked much out of him today, but when they have, he's answered the call. 2 big saves to keep East Empire in the lead. Another corner is being prepared. We see Jonathan Torres on the other end of the box. Now he's cutting inside. Torres is the one they were looking for. It drops to him, but Brown gets to the second chance. Now Silva plays back to Lima. Nico. Back to Jonathan Lima. Lopez can't get through that defender. And ref will allow the subs to take place as Chetty exits the pitch. Joseph Banfo enters with the number 11. Justin Pierre will make way as well. Three subs will be taking place at the same time here for Empire. Chetty, Brown, and Pierre exit. Banfo, Hollis, and I believe that is Ariel Barrera enters in their place. Ariel, the other former East Coast player. Ball is put into the box by Silva. And now Mejia teases the shot. And it goes above the crossbar for a Kenny goal kick. Stephen Hollis has been absent from the team for a few weeks, but he has made his return to the pitch. Playing up top with Banfo and Mikkelsen, it looks like. And we are now into the 80th minute of the match. 10 minutes of regular time remain. Two players collide there. And it'll still end up being East Coast ball. Well done by Mejia there to get through 2. Now he's looking to get past the 3rd. But Hollis returns in time. Looks like an original foul was called here, as a player was being held back. Silva takes it quickly into the box. It goes. Rebound goes East Coast way, but a foul is called against. And Empire have a free kick. East Coast have Red Hook FC next up on their schedule, October 4th. Followed by Kel Mendy. Reynoso drops that down, but it lands for Jonathan Lima. Run is being made by Lopez. Defense is to it first, and they send that probably into the next building. They'll have to pay for that ball. Don't know if they'll be able to get it back. East Coast here, looking for a ball for Villada. Villada drops it down with his head, but straight into the hands of Kenny Cordoba. Plays it on quick to JP Saraguro. Barrera. Reynoso. Over to Mickelson. Mickelson gets past 2, can't make it a 3rd. Mejia almost gave it back. Empire took offense to that kick. It looked like they did it intentionally, but referee doesn't seem to have thought much of it. And a yellow card is shown to whoever took that free kick. It's difficult to tell from my angle. May have been Gomez, but I'm not entirely sure. Regardless, we resume play with the Empire. Goes over to Youssef. Now Nico. Barrera over to Mickelson. And over to Saraguro now. This is Gomez. Taken down from the back. There's a yellow card, and it is for Josep Lopez. Saraguro stands above the ball. He takes it quickly with Reynoso. This is Stephen Hollis. And you can tell he's been off the field for a couple weeks. That ball was not what he was looking for. He gives it right back to East Coast, who go quickly playing from the back. They have a 2-goal deficit to overcome in close to 5 minutes to go of regular time, plus whatever is added by the referee. Silva wasn't able to get that ball. Youssef recovers, and a sliding challenge is avoided by Reynoso, now showing a little bit of flair on the pitch. Jesper gets away from his man. Here's another one. Gets away from him too. Banfo not able to capitalize off of that play. East Coast looking to find their own offense. Since taking that lead, they haven't really troubled Empire. Kenny has responded well to the chances against. No foul called by the referee. And now a yellow card is shown to Jose Silva, who kicked that ball away in frustration. We've had some names to keep track of in the booking list in the second half. Four minutes to go of the 90, with Empire holding their 3-1 lead, thanks to a goal from Chetty and 2 from Eddie Speed. Steven gets that ball first. Now it's Joseph. Steven looking to play on Joseph. Gets it somehow. Now Hollis. Over to Reynoso. Takes a shot and is blocked by the defender. Speed. Over to Jesper. Teasing the shot. Takes it now. And it is off target. Just a goal kick. Hurtado saw that going off all the way. Sees it bounce away for the goal kick, which he takes quickly. And they need to be quick if they want to overcome this deficit they now find themselves in. Viada plays it on to his left back. Lopez keeps it alive, and that is Lima pushing forward. And Lima giving it right back. Monroy intercepted by Acosta. Been relatively quiet for this second half. Mickelson takes a kick there and is found to Wilbur Gomez. Reynoso taking his time moving up the pitch. He has the time to now takes a long distance shot. Sees Hurtado off his line. It would just result in the goal kick. Sal and Acosta. Calmly done there by Reynoso, seeing the pressure coming his way. Gets it back here and finds Banfo, who takes the long distance shot of his own, once again off target. Torres. Uzo making a run. It finds him in the middle of the field, but he's not able to control it. JP comes out on top. He has Banfo to his right. He goes to Rojas instead to his left. Excuse me, that is Stephen Hollis to his left. And Hollis not able to contain possession there. Mejia gets taken down. Foul called. Empire now putting the finishing touches on what is another victory. Recovering from that draw last week. And coming out with potentially all 3 points this evening. Altuve sends the ball up, but there's only a black jersey there. Barrera not playing around, kicks it away as far as he can, but it lands to Mejia. Mejia takes on both challenges. Mejia shoots from distance and is off target. And now it is 90 minutes down. We are seconds away from stoppage time to put the finishing touches in this match. Barrera plays on speed. Over to Mickelson. Hollis asking for the ball. Goes to Youssef. Back to Reynoso. Gomez making a run. He goes to Banfo instead. Mickelson asking for the ball. Empire playing it safe here. Gomez. Hollis now. Switching the field over to Eddie Speed. He's already got 2 goals to his name. And that is given back to Josep Lopez. Goes down near the touchline, and a yellow card is earned for that tackle. Play has come to a stop here as Acosta is coming off the pitch for whatever's left of this stoppage time. Number 2, Davy Cruz Castillo comes on in his place. It's got to be just a matter of minutes until the final whistle. Youssef is to that ball first, lands to Hollis, but Uzo comes out on top. And Villada takes a wild shot, but safely into the hands of Kenny Cordova. Two minutes down of the stoppage time, plus whatever else is added. No goals given up in the second half for this Empire defense. Responded well since going down near the 40th minute. Gomez is taken down there, earns a free kick for his team. Here's Speed, and there is the final whistle to put an end to this game, which ends up in a 3-1 victory for the home team. It is Empire coming out with all 3 points versus East Coast FC. My name is Franz Argueta here for Game and Frame with Marlon Diaz. We'll see you again next time around on Game and Frame. Oh, and for interviews for Empire.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The salt air case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. magnetic strip on the top. It's super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer, and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
This is Francis Argueta here with Game & Frame, along with Eddie Speed and Coach Max Sparrow after Empire's 3-1 victory at home versus East Coast FC. We'll start with Speed, who scores 2 in the second half and also helped keep a second half clean sheet to solidify the victory here at home. What was working for you tonight, and what did you see on the pitch to put your team up on 2 goals in the second half?
Literally, we had a very slow start. You know, East Coast is always going to be a tough game. They're always going to come out and they're always going to get stuck in. Just for the second half, we just kind of were on our toes a little more. You know, after that, after they scored the first goal in the first half, and we came out in the second half, we were in the right positions at the right time by just with the good habits. You know, just the movement, the tracking back, and they ran out of gas a little bit. In kind of like middle of the second half, and we were able to capitalise. So that worked for us, and it was just staying defensively strong from there.
And you guys conceded just a couple minutes before the break, but also responded right after with Mason Chetty scoring his 5th goal in the last 3 games. What do you think is working for your teammate, and what else do you need for your man up top to finish the season, the second half now?
Listen, Chetty's on fire, absolutely. It was a patience just from the back, just working it up, trying to find feet, and then eventually the gap's open with the long ball. Great position to be there for Tim Demedge to get it down to Mason Chetty, and when he's in front of the goal, and it was a perfect time for him to score right before half time, which we fully needed. He placed that perfectly, he stayed composed, and it was a perfect time to score for us. That.
And for Coach Max, your team got off to a bit of a shaky start against East Coast, like he's mentioned. It's always a tough competitor for you guys, and even here at home. How did your team respond, and what points can you improve on for next match as we try to finish the second half of the season?
Yeah, we definitely need to start stronger. That's a weak point for us. A lot of games we start off slow. Also just a little sloppy in the midfield to begin with. Too many touches, but we cleaned it up. Luckily, Mason got that great goal at the end of the half, which gave us the momentum we needed at halftime. We knew we had to come out firing, and we did. We scored 2 and put the game away.
And there you have it, folks. It ends 3-1 once again for Empire, who beat East Coast on their home turf. Stick around for next week when they face Brooklyn FC 2 on Game and Frame.